Wait. Stop. Don't close this video. Because what I did last month literally feels illegal, but it's completely legal, and I'm going to walk you through it step by step. I saved $10,000. In way less time than you'd think possible. And the craziest part? It actually only cost me $5,958 to make that happen. So I unlocked $10,000 worth of value by spending just $5,958. This isn't a scam. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. It's a real, practical strategy. It's built on a little bit of smart thinking, something literally anyone can follow. If you've ever felt like saving money is just too hard, keep watching. Like money comes in and you have no idea where it goes, this video is for you. Let's get into it, right now, step by step. First things first, let me be clear. This is not eat ramen for a year advice. I'm not going to tell you to cancel Netflix. Or give up your morning coffee, or turn your life into a miserable grind just to save a few dollars. That advice is already everywhere online. And honestly, it doesn't work. Because when you strip every small joy out of your life just to save money, you burn out fast. In 2 weeks you go right back to your old habits. That's just human nature. The strategy I'm about to show you is different. It's built on smart spending, not zero spending. And that's exactly why it's both sustainable and fast. Let's break down the math together. I created $10,000 worth of value, and in that entire process, I only actually spent $5,958. That means the difference is pure profit. That difference, $4,042, is my direct savings. So how did I do it? Let's break it down together, category by category, step by step. The first thing I had to change was my mindset. Most people look at saving as a sacrifice. They think saving means giving up happiness. But saving is actually a game, and games have rules, they have strategies, and if you play smart, you always win in the end. I asked myself one simple question: can I spend roughly the same amount I'm already spending, but squeeze more value out of every dollar? And the answer was yes, absolutely. That shift is the thing that changes everything. You're not cutting your spending, you're optimizing it completely. Getting the maximum value out of every dollar you already spend, that's the real trick behind this entire strategy that I discovered. Sounds simple when you say it out loud, but when you actually apply it, the results are genuinely shocking. Let me show you the real numbers. Now let's get into the actual math. That full $10,000 in value came from 5 different categories. Each one was different, but the core principle was the same. Leverage and negotiation. That's the thread connecting every single category. Let's start with the biggest one, housing, where most of my money went every month. Housing optimization saved $3,200. Rent or mortgage is usually our biggest expense. I went straight to my landlord and made a simple offer. If I paid a full year's rent in advance, could I get a discount? Result? An 8% discount for the entire year, just for asking. But the bigger win came after that. I also renegotiated my utility bills. I called my internet provider and told them a competitor's rate. They matched it on the spot, no questions asked. Total savings from this one category alone, $3,200, just from making a few phone calls. Subscription audit saved $840. This one seems easy, but people almost never actually do it. I pulled up 3 months of bank statements and listed out every single subscription being charged to my account. The results were shocking. There were 14 different subscriptions running at once, 6 of which I wasn't even using anymore. Streaming services, random apps, a gym membership I hadn't stepped foot in for several months straight. I canceled everything I wasn't using, and for the ones I actually needed, I switched to annual plans since they're cheaper than paying monthly. Total savings from that one audit, $840 for the year, just from spending 20 minutes going through old bank statements one by one. Grocery and meal planning saved $1,680. This category surprised me the most. I tracked my grocery spending for 1 full month straight. and realized I was doing way too much impulse buying, just grabbing whatever I felt like without any real plan or grocery list at all. So I tried a simple strategy: plan my meals for the week ahead of time, then build a grocery list based directly on that plan. And only buy what's actually on the list, nothing extra. That one small habit cut my monthly grocery bill by a massive 35%. Over a full year, that added up to $1,680 in savings, all from one simple habit change that took almost no extra effort. Debt refinancing saved $2,900. This one's a bit more technical, but incredibly powerful. I had a credit card balance sitting at a high rate. Around 22% interest, quietly eating into my finances every single month. I did some research and found a balance transfer card offering 0% interest. For 15 months straight. I transferred my balance over, and all that interest I would have paid instead stayed right in my own pocket. Total savings from that one move, $2,900 over the full period, just from switching where my existing debt was sitting, nothing else. Side income reinvestment added $1,380. The last category isn't technically savings, it's extra earnings I put directly toward my savings goal. On weekends, I started doing a bit of freelance work using skills I already had, and simply monetized them instead of letting them sit unused. That extra income never touched my regular spending, it went straight into my savings account. Total added $1,380 across the whole process. Add it all up, $3,200 plus $840 plus $1,680 plus $2,900 plus $1,380 equals exactly $10,000 in total value created. Now let's talk about that $5,958 I actually spent to make all of this happen. Where did that cost come from in the first place? Simple, you have to invest a bit in certain things to unlock a much bigger result later on. Let's break down exactly where it went. The annual rent advance payment was the biggest chunk, but remember, that money was already part of my normal budget, just paid up front. The balance transfer card came with a small processing fee. The meal planning app had a minimal monthly cost, barely worth mentioning honestly. The freelance work needed a small investment in tools and setup. Add it all up, and it came to exactly $5,958 in total spending. Money that was already part of my normal monthly expenses. I just redirected it smartly instead of letting it slip away without any purpose. This is the part most people don't get. You're not spending extra money, you're redirecting the same money you already spend, smartly. Taking money that was already going out the door and redirecting it in a way that generates way more value than before, every time. Now you might be thinking, okay, but that was all specific to your situation. My situation is completely different from yours, obviously. And you're right, everyone's numbers will be different depending on their life. Some people might not hit $10,000 and that's completely okay too. Maybe they'll save $3,000 or maybe even $15,000. But the underlying principle stays exactly the same for absolutely everyone, no matter their income. Rule number 1, try to negotiate every fixed expense you have. Rent, internet, insurance, all of it is negotiable if you actually just ask. Rule number 2, audit your spending every 3 months without fail. Cancel anything you're not actively using anymore, no matter how small the cost. Rule number 3, always prioritize paying down high-interest debt first. It's the silent killer quietly eating away at your savings from the inside out. Rule number 4, replace impulse spending with planning, always. Whether it's groceries, shopping, or anything else you buy regularly throughout the month. Rule number 5, whatever extra income comes in, don't let it inflate your lifestyle, send it straight to savings before you even see it. Follow these 5 rules, and I guarantee you'll be able to save a significant amount too, scaled entirely to your own personal situation. Let's talk about some common mistakes people make when they first start trying to save money seriously, so you can avoid them completely. Mistake number 1, the all-or-nothing approach. People think everything's going to change overnight. The reality is, small steps create lasting, real change instead. Mistake number 2, ignoring small subscriptions. $5 here, $10 there, these small amounts add up to a huge number over time, silently. People ignore them because it feels like it's not that much. But add 12 months together, and suddenly it's a very real number. Mistake number 3, not negotiating. A lot of people think negotiation only happens in business deals. That's simply not true at all, honestly. You can negotiate every single monthly bill you have. Companies don't want to lose a customer, so they'll usually give you a discount. Mistake number 4, no tracking system. If you're not tracking where your money is going, you'll never be able to optimize anything at all. Use a simple spreadsheet or an app, anything works, as long as you actually look at it regularly and stay consistent with it. Mistake number 5, saving without a goal. When you don't have a clear goal, motivation dies out fast, usually within just a few weeks. Set a specific goal, like $10,000 emergency fund or $5,000 for vacation. A clear number keeps you accountable and motivated the whole way. Look, I'm not going to pretend this process was easy. Honestly, the first 2 weeks were a bit frustrating, more than I expected. Making calls to companies, checking old statements, building meal plans, it all took real time and effort, especially in the beginning stages. But once I saw the numbers actually start to shift, the motivation just kept building on its own, without me forcing it at all. The most important thing I learned, saving isn't a one-time event. It's a system you build once and maintain going forward. Once you build the right system, it just keeps working on its own, without you having to think about it every single day. If you found this video helpful, please drop a like, it tells me you guys want more practical financial content just like this one. Let me know in the comments, which category would you try first? Rent negotiation, subscription audit, or debt refinancing? I want to know. And if you want me to share my exact spreadsheet and the negotiation scripts I used when calling these companies, type script below now. I'll break the whole thing down in the next video, step by step, with real examples you can copy word for word yourself. Subscribe so you don't miss any more real, practical money-saving content like this one, dropping regularly right here on this channel every week.